characterized. The idea being that it's almost like heat therapy. You know, when you kind of like icy hot or something like that, but it's a little bit better delivering the energy. So with this, I would use scissors, and you can get those like utility scissors from CVS, or they found like EMT scissors or something like that that have the blunt little end on them.
Oh yeah, one side sharp, one side blunt.
And that way you can kind of slip them underneath the bandage. And then when you peel this, you can see that we've got quite a bit of, at least half of the elasticon is above where the padding is, so that it sticks really nicely and doesn't slip.
Like on the vet wrap.
Yep. Yeah. And so when you peel it, well, the vet wrap, vet wrap will only stay where there's padding. You never go above that, but just the elasticon. And then just peel down with the hair.
Elasticon, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, that's what this stuff is. It's basically stretchy, sticky tape. And it's the most expensive part of the bandage.
And you just can get that anywhere?
And so I always give it a little smell.
It looks pretty yellow.
It is, and that's normal. And so it shouldn't smell bad. It has this almost sweet odor to it, for lack of a better word.
Better smell it, Mark. You're going to be doing it.
That's normal. This has been on for, what, 4 days or something like that, so that it's kind of at the edge of how long you can keep it.
So if it was, what would the bad smell be?
It would,
sour?
You would know.
Rancid.
Yeah, it smells rancid. It smells like infection. Like you can't, you wouldn't be able to stand it.
Okay.
It's the same thing here. I always just kind of give it a little smell. And it has that sweet smell that granulation tissue fluid has, and that's totally normal.
It actually looks a little better.
Show that.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks a lot better.
Yeah, amazingly.
It's not gray.
Yeah, that
So
was,
this is where I sutured things together here and here. So we bought us a couple inches at least that can feel primarily.
You don't know? You don't need that.
So, but unfortunately that big flap just was completely dead. So the big thing we're gonna have to deal with, I think, is you got this crease in the granulation tissue, and it's filling in. That used to be all the way down to the bone, right? So that is filling in nicely. But what you're going to have to watch for is where all this, the edge of the epithelium is, where the skin kind of meets the granulation tissue. What will happen in a lot of cases is that it gets proud. You've heard of proud flesh?
Yeah.
Right.
So if this ever becomes to the point where it is proud to the level of the skin, then we need to do something about it. Either put some steroid ointment on it to kind of knock it back, but we don't want to do that a bunch because that impedes the epithelium's ability to kind of crawl across it. So we can resort to that on occasion, but like you would have to put it on and then take the bandage off 24, 48 hours later and change it again. You don't want to leave it on there like we're doing now. We're going to be like 3 to 4 days between bandage changes. And probably, at least to start with, I think we should definitely err on the 3-day side.
Yeah.
Just
Especially
because
since
it's
he's
so
right by
productive.
Natalie.
Exactly.
Let's take advantage of it
Yeah,
while he's
exactly.
down there at that barn for a couple of weeks.
The wound is just so productive, I think.
We had a
And that is,
fun
so granulation tissue is basically nothing but fibroblasts and blood vessels. So it bleeds very readily, and that's totally normal. That's a good thing. That's why it's so pink. So if it does get proud, a lot of times we have to like cut it off.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any nerves or anything like that, so we don't have to block it. We just literally just hack it off, and then that way it can kind of be at the same level of the skin because the skin can't go uphill. It has to crawl across level ground. So that's likely something that we're going to have to deal with at some point, but that's kind of down the road.
We had a friend, old cowboy, he had a horse that had a hernia, and it had proud flesh under his belly, huge, looked like a giant tumor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but man, that horse was the best cow horse in the world. Didn't stop him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty big though.
So the other thing I want to point out to you guys is he's got a couple of cast sores. One's right here on his accessory carpal bone. It's healing really nicely. I've just been putting a non-stick pad on it, and then we started putting a little bit more padding around the carpus just to help with that. And that's healing really nicely. The other one is on the inside of his leg. So you'll just want to watch those, make sure they're not painful. Like if you touch around them, he doesn't care.
I need to show Natalie.
Yeah,
Okay, where?
right here.
Okay.
And so then if you were to develop any new cast sores or those getting any worse, we should know about them because we may need to, we either need to increase the amount of pad, back of the cast, or something. But we'd like to continue to use that cast as long as we can because it immobilizes the leg so well. It's going to speed the healing as much as possible.
Is there anything we can put on that?
Yeah, so we're just putting like little alpha pads, like non-nuclear bandage pads. We can put a little ointment on there.
Okay, you're okay.
On the skin, so putting the alphas on there if they're feeling fine.
Okay. Okay,
So
buddy.
you guys can just basically, well, Natalie is taking care of it. You know, she can use saline or whatever, but you guys are basically literally just gonna hose it off and then dry the leg and then put the bandage back on. I'm gonna use a little bit of saline.
And when we take him, when he's finally at our house, and, or even at this other place, we can take him out and hand walk him?
You can hand graze him. So you can walk him over to where there's some grass and you can graze him and you can walk him back to the stall. That's it.
But not very far.
Right. So short distance apart.
Okay. And with the cast on?
Right.
Okay, okay.